So today we're here to talk about Batman Ninja. I've already seen it. Yes, at a special screening at Warner Brothers in London, which was pretty awesome. That's thanks to SBOC, Dan, who after asking only 14 other people, then asked me. So if you've seen the trailers, you know that the artwork is pretty exceptional. It's a really interesting cel-shaded 3D sort of almost computer game-like designs they've got going on, and it's set in a crazy alternate feudal Japan type world. There's time travel, blah 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 blah, villains, blah 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 blah, but none of that really matters. This in a lot of ways is just a pure visual spectacle, and the only word I can think of to describe it is preposterous. It's a completely preposterous thing. The narrative is there to get you from point A to point B via joke C and D, and then somehow to Z, and then somehow to somewhere else, and a lot of the plot is, well, it's a mix of stuff that's kind of obvious and you're gonna guess and it's predictable, combined with things where you're just sitting there going, oh, okay, they right, carry on, what? And we're just sort of sitting there in the little theatre, sort of looking at each other like, what, are we looking at the same thing? Yes, we are. Okay, that's definitely happening. Batman Ninja is directed by Junpei Mizusaki, and the character designs are the same guy that did Afro Samurai, Takeshi Okazaki, and the designs are stunning. This is a cosplayer's dream, or nightmare, depending on how you look at it, because the costumes are really intricate in their beauty. And the characters, some of them have multiple costumes as well throughout the whole thing. So this is just a shopping list of things cosplayers are going to want to make costumes for. The work that's gone into the designs for this is top notch. A lot of effort's been paid to putting in all these tiny details and making all these costumes and versions of characters which are kind of believable as working in feudal Japan, but not everyone's kind of a crazy over the top caricature. So it's kind of like Afro Samurai meets Batman, but as if Batman wasn't already trained by ninjas and was then going to be trained by ninjas, but in the past, but with all of the villains and lots of colour. And then I can't tell you the rest, but you're just going to have to take my word for it when I say it kind of goes from here to like level 11 of just ridiculous. It was fun. Some people are going to really hate this, but I thought it was fun. I went in there with no expectations apart from just it to look cool and be ridiculous, so I think that helped. It definitely entertained me more than Hell to Pay. Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, that was absolutely awful and was boring, and I wouldn't have finished watching it if I hadn't been reviewing it for Undercover Capes. That's the only reason I finished that one. The first 20 minutes of that were completely inconsequential, the rest of it was also pretty inconsequential, and none of the motivations made any sense, and that was awfully written, and the animation was okay but it wasn't stunning. And to go from that to watching Batman Ninja, I was just like, I'll take Batman Ninja all day long over So Bored I'm not even sure why I'm finishing it. There's quite a few familiar voices doing some of the voice casting. I saw this in English, they were just showing it in English. I would have liked to have seen it in both, but that's the only one I've seen it so far. I'm not sure it would make too much difference to watch it in Japanese, to be honest, because it isn't really about the script. The script is mostly kind of one-liners and gags and things, so I don't think that it's too important in this one. Plus, of course, it's a collaboration between America and Japan anyway, so it's going to be hopefully something where the translation's pretty faithful. The cast is quite varied. The original trailer mostly showed the kind of Joker, Batman, Harley type stuff, but there's actually quite a big cast in this. A lot of them are just really underused. Then they need to be there for important plot points, and there's the whole, I can't really say, but there is an idea that needs them to have a certain number of enemies and so on and so forth that is kind of vital to the plot as it stands. But a lot of those other characters, you barely even see them. They get one or two lines. I mean, it's to the point with, Ivy's there, but they just used Tara Strong to voice her because I think she literally had 2 lines. And it's like that with quite a few of the supporting cast. They wanted to have loads of characters there, but they didn't really have that much for them to do. So that I thought was a little bit of a disappointment. I definitely wanted to see more of Ivy, if nothing else, and the animation is absolutely gorgeous throughout the whole thing. Some of the action is really fast paced. I thought some of the cuts were quite quick and it was a little hard to see what was going on with the choreography, but the feel of it and the look of it and the kind of way it all moved was absolutely beautiful. The plot's just like ridiculous. It's very silly. It's completely kind of a capsular thing. This has no impact on the rest of the, you know, the DC universe at all. It's got loads of stuff that's really satirical, that's just utterly parody, that's referencing loads of Japanese media and Japanese like cliches. Some people are going to watch this and say, oh, this is like a crazy Japanese thing, but really this is totally poking fun at, and it's like virtually like, it's so close to breaking the fourth wall. It's really like having a look at the fourth wall and going, no, we don't need to break it, they know what we're doing here. It's definitely played for laughs, played for fun. There's a few bits in it that are a little bit bizarre, where they get a little bit emotional and have a tiny little bit of a speech or a pep talk which don't seem to fit with the rest of it, and there's a segue in the middle that's really plot important but is animated in a completely different style, and that's like feels slightly weird as well, because it sort of almost feels like they ran out of money for like 10 minutes and then went back again. But you can see it's a stylistic choice, but it's slightly weird in the way they've taken it. So Ninja Batman is out now on digital download. You can get a physical copy of it on May the 8th, which also happens to be my birthday. Hint, hint, hint. Just kidding. And it might be getting a theatrical release as well in June, I think. You need to check if that's going to be anywhere near you, because I think seeing this on the big screen and all of the beautiful colours and those visuals and the spectacle of it just on a big screen, I think would probably be the best way to see it. That's the way I saw it, and I think it really kind of added to it to see it on a big screen. And I'm just not sure about exactly how much rewatchability this has, because there is very little plot. It's not like The Dark Knight Returns, for example, or something which you're going to want to watch again and again and stuff. This is just a fun, silly, parody, complete like nonsense bit of like 85 minutes of joy and the occasional very silly laugh. It really, really is. So I do recommend it, but I'm not saying it's kind of up there for like the writing or anything like that. The voice acting in it's all pretty good, the action in it's all pretty good, the animation for the most part is like absolutely stunning, and I'm looking forward to all the cosplayers that are just going to be like boning in on this, going like, look at this, it's so beautiful. It is Batman, but it isn't Batman. But it is quite fun. So bear that in mind if this is something that you're going to watch, that just go in there expecting it to just be fun and silly, and you will have a good time. Go in there expecting any kind of like life-changing, beautiful, well-written experience, and you're gonna be very, very confused. As a pure spectacle, this is totally worth watching. As a serious piece of Batman animated fiction, this is not. Remotely. But those are my thoughts. I'd be interested to see what you guys thought. Comment below. Tell me what you think of this one, if you're going to watch this one, what you reckon of the trailers if you haven't seen the whole thing, and I will see you guys next time. Hello, Mr. Bond. No! I'm the Batman. I will stop your plans. Oh no! Catwoman's fallen off the chair again! No! If only she weren't an egg! Hi guys, and today we're here to talk about Batman Ninja. Except this is Catwoman. I shouldn't have held it up. You're really rubbish at this. Yeah, I know.